It is time for yet another exciting episode of
How's the market?
where I'll get you up to date with what's happening here in the housing market in Cocoa Beach and also Brevard County area. We are seeing some trends emerge in 2024 as we get closer to our spring market. Sellers are starting to realize we're not in that hyper-active seller's market that we saw from 2020 through 2023. Price matters, condition of your homes matter. Buyers actually have choices as they're entering into our housing market to find themselves a property. We had our fifth month in a row where we had less than 1,000 sales, and we saw more price changes in February than we have seen in any other month recently. Let me know what you think is happening in our housing market in the comments below. My name is Larkin, and I'm a real estate agent here on the Space Coast. When I'm not making videos like this one, I help people buy and sell real estate. Whether you're moving next week, next month, or next year, I am certain that you have questions, and I'm here to help. I'll have a link in the description below that'll take you to my calendar. Let's schedule a discovery call so I can get those questions answered and get you moving here in the new year. If this is your first housing market update with me, I always like to start with where the active inventory is at, talk about other trending numbers. Now, I wouldn't say our inventory is surging up, but it's certainly higher than what we've seen in some time. We finally broke that 4,000 properties on the market inventory level. We're sitting at 4,069 properties here in Brevard County, according to our MLS. And we haven't been over this 4,000 mark since the beginning of 2019. We had a 4-month run from November 2018 through February 2019 where we were over that 4,000 inventory mark. How long we're going to stay today over that 4,000 mark, only time will tell. Part of the reason why we're seeing this increase in inventory here in Brevard County is that homeowners, they're finally deciding it's time to put their properties on the market. The last 4 years, myself and other real estate agents here in Brevard County across the state and across the country have been begging homeowners to list their property because of the extreme high demand that we've had and how low the inventory's been. We had more property come on the market this past February than any other February that I've seen. And January's inventory, new properties coming on the market, wasn't really too far behind. May, June, and July of 2022 is actually the highest 3 months in a row where I've seen new inventory coming on the market. We'll have to see what happens with March of 2024 if this trend continues in the new year. Let's talk about the actual sales, the closings that are happening. February, I started the video saying this was the 5th month in a row where we had less than 1,000 sales happening. And the last time I saw this kind of a consecutive month over month where we were under 1,000 sales per property was way back in 2012 when we were leaving the Great Recession and kind of transitioning into the market that we're seeing for the last 10 years. The under 1,000 closings that we've had this past January and February, I'm not necessarily concerned about those 2 months of lower sales. Looking at the history from 2016 through 2019, January and February are traditionally the 2 slower months out of the year, and typically they're both under 1,000 closings per month as well. What I am paying attention to is what's going to be happening in March, April, May as we're into our spring market. Are we going to barely break the 1,000 closings per month, or are we going to get into the 12, 13, or 1,400 properties closing per month like we have seen in past spring markets? All right, so our inventory is up. Our sales have been slower the last handful of months, and we're seeing more property coming on the market than we've seen in some time. You know what else we're seeing a lot of here in our marketplace? Price changes. I only recently started tracking price changes since the market shifted a little bit in 2022 with the increase of interest rates. So I don't have a lot of data on that, only the last couple of years. But we've seen more price changes this past February than I've ever seen. We had a 42% increase of price changes in our MLS comparing February 2024 to February 2023. First time I've seen we had over 1,700 properties change their prices in our system. Here's a shocker for you. It's also taking longer for a property to sell once it hits the MLS. In 2023, we were averaging about 40 days on market before a property sold. Here in the new year, we are well over 50 days on market before a property sells. We'll have to pay attention to this trend to see if it continues. On the other end of days on market, if the home is priced properly and it's in good condition, it's still going to sell quickly. We have 22% of our closings in February happened in 7 days or less, and there's still multiple offers that are happening on some properties. So remember, the list price is still very important when you're putting your property on the market. So with all these changes, what's happening with the sales prices? Well, our average sales price for Brevard County, we are still trending up year over year. We had an 8% increase over 2023, which was a 2.5% increase over 2022, which was over a 30% increase over 2021. February's average sales price of over $428,000 was a 45% increase over the average price in 2021. And the median sales price, we're seeing similar trends. Median price for February 2024 was $352,000, which is a 38% increase over the February median price 2021 of $255,000. And if you're wondering where I'm getting these stats from, I'm a real estate agent here in Brevard County. I'm a member of the Space Coast Association of Realtors and have access to the MLS data. I pulled all the sales stats for February 2024 on March 6th in a spreadsheet. I have a dozen or so key points that I like to track and record the data on, which is for all of Brevard County. And I use that same data set specifically for Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral, breaking it down by the condo market and the single family home market too. Let's look at the condo market and what's happening in the Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral area. Compared to the housing market overall for all of Brevard County, I think our condo market is looking kind of bleak. Our inventory is rising just as the county is. We've reached a near record of 242 condos that are on the market today in Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral, which is the highest we've seen since 2019. So our condo sales were up just a little bit over what we saw January 2024 with 39 closings, but we're nowhere near the numbers that I would like to see, similar to what we had back pre-pandemic in 2019, 18, and 17, where we were averaging well over 50 condo sales per month. I'm not certain if we'll see that here in 2024. It's another thing where time will tell exactly where the condo sales end up happening for the Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral market. I think the potential is there for this to happen though, if the prices correct themselves and come down to offset the increase that the condos are seeing with their monthly association fees. 2019, the average condo association fee was just over $400. Today, looking at the active condos that are on the market, our average condominium monthly fee is $672 per month. And until insurance prices come down, these condo fees are going to remain high. The other factor that's going to have an impact on the condo fees is what's happening with the reserve funding that these condominiums have. Law goes into effect December 2025, condominiums have to be fully funded in their reserves. And these associations are either going to have to continue to increase the monthly association fee, maybe do a lump sum special assessment to put the money into the reserve funds, or a combination of both in order to be compliant by December 2025. And prices for condominiums in Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral, we are seeing prices get pulled back. Things are lowering in price for a condominium. Just look at the trends that we were seeing for the average sales price in 2024 to the last couple of years. There's definitely a change in momentum with the average prices along with the median sales prices here for Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral condo sales. The shift that we're seeing in the condo market began the summer of 2023. That's where we went from a seller's market into a balanced market. And then in October of 2023, we shift from that balanced market into a buyer's market when we tipped over the 6-month supply of condos for sale. And we ended the month of February with a 6.2-month supply of condos available, which is still a solid buyer's market for condominiums in the Cocoa Beach, Cape Canaveral area. If you have questions about what's happening in our housing market and the condo market, I'm here to help. There's a link in the description that'll take you to my calendars so you can schedule a discovery call. We can discuss whatever questions you might have. And I'm also queuing up 2 more videos here for you regarding what's happening in the condo market to help keep you up to date on things. My name's Eric Larkin with Real Brokers. I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you on the next show.